Omega level threat detected. Man, boy, boy, oh boy. I just watched X-Men 97 and boy, oh boy, was it good. Y'all, I can't believe that X-Men 97 was, should I say perfect? No, I will say it's perfect. It's literally perfect. I literally, alright, this is what I did. I've been watching the old X-Men episodes, I was in season 4, and I thought that the new episodes was gonna come out at like 8 or 9 o'clock tonight, like some kind of series premiere or something. But it was just available. And I just kind of watched a little preview, and I saw the very beginning where Cyclops had his fight scene. And y'all, I hope this isn't spoilers. I hope y'all are watching this. But if y'all ain't watching it, I'm sorry. This episode of I'm Not Amused today is full of spoilers. But Cyclops had a fight scene, and y'all, I'm finna tell y'all everything I liked about this episode. And no, I didn't write nothing down. I'm fresh up off the head because there's no reason to write nothing down. Y'all, they literally fixed the one thing the old X-Men episodes never had. They never had good fight scenes. That's literally the only thing the old X-Men episodes never had. The stories were always perfect. The character development, the voice actors, everything was always perfect. Literally, the fights would just be, I mean, they're not boring. They just do their powers, the person get knocked out, and there really wouldn't be nothing to it. But did y'all see Cyclops? I mean, literally, it looked like X-Men versus Street Fighter. If y'all saw that old Capcom game back in the day, like 1995 or something. Literally, Cyclops was using his eye beams to be mobile. And he was fighting, literally fist fighting. It's like American shows to me have never had good fight scenes. And it's coming from a person that's always watched anime. Or at least, for the last 10, 15 years I've been watching anime. To see an American show just dip its toe in actual fighting scenes. And I watched X-Men from 1992. Like, to see this show make such growth when it comes to fighting scenes. And everything was perfect. Like, when Cyclops and Gambit, I guess they call it a beignet. I don't know what that is. But Gambit didn't show up to the fight when they went to go pick up the kid. And Cyclops got back home to the Institute, and he was complaining to Gambit. And Gambit threw a card at him. Y'all, that's how they always interacted in the 90s. Cyclops, Wolverine, and Gambit always tried to fight each other. Every chance they got, they were fighting each other to the death. So that he threw a card that would blow Cyclops up is not a shock. And Cyclops, they buffed Cyclops so much, y'all. When Cyclops, when the Sentinel ripped that plane and they were falling from the sky, and everybody needs saving, Cyclops used to be the first one. Jean Grey would, I mean, they didn't even hesitate. They always show Jean Grey go save Cyclops. Cyclops literally showed off all that danger room training that he's had since he's been a Xavier student, where he literally was like perfect, y'all. Everybody had been captured, and he used his eye beams to slow his fall. And hold on, y'all. Back to the first thing I said. Omega level threat detected. Y'all, I've been watching, it's a YouTuber. Y'all, I've been watching him for years. His name is Comics Explained. And he talks about Omega level mutants. And I used to listen to his show, and I'd be watching the X-Men animated series. And Storm would she would literally always be the first person to get knocked out. She literally, yeah, she's strong. She's the one that brought down Omega Red. But typically she knock out goons. Let's just be honest. I mean, that's how they portrayed her. But when they said Omega level threat detected and Storm showed up, and oh man, it was insane. Like, the atmosphere changed. Like, the Sentinels literally was like, oh, it's a wrap. It's over for us. And when they were all spinning, that's literally what a storm could do. Like, literally a tornado could do that. The show's never done that. A tornado usually tosses up a few goons. You know what I mean? Like, when you think about the scale, and the tornado is really about 10 feet tall and it's throwing around goons, that tornado was a legit storm that could wreck a city. I'm talking about just wreak havoc through a neighborhood, just keep traveling, just tear up a city. And the way it was spinning up those sentinels, yo. I asked my friends today, I said, what is the X-Men's greatest enemy? And look, if you watching this episode, leave it in the comment on who you think's the X-Men's greatest enemy. I'll answer that question in the next episode I make. But oh my goodness. Okay. Gambit jumps on Wolverine's back and charges Wolverine's claws, y'all. What did y'all think? I don't even care if that makes any kind of like comic sense. I don't even care. That they even tried it is amazing to me. And Wolverine, I mean, like, okay, everybody looks stronger. Cyclops got much needed buffs. He needed those buffs. When we talk about buffs, we talking about a patch. They did a patch on Cyclops and gave him much needed buffs. Now he is fit to be leader of the X-Men, because I think now at this point, the way they rewrote Cyclops, no X-Men could fight him. None of them belong in a fight with him. It used to be where any X-Men could take out Cyclops, in my opinion. Either one of them. And I had to say this, y'all. It's my only knock on the show. I hate what they did with Morph. It's literally the only thing I hate. It's literally the only thing I hate. Everything else is perfect. The voice actors, y'all, everybody's been wondering. When people ask me, they said, how do they got like old animation and it's like new animations? Like, I kept saying they made this, you know, series in 1997. After watching, I no longer believe it. They must have made it in 1998. Man, it is good, y'all. That's all I got to say. The only thing they messed up is Morph. Like, just make Morph regular. I know that, I guess, he's not a comic accurate character. So I don't know. I don't know. He belongs in the animated series. All right, he made himself a staple in episode 1 of the animated series where Cyclops left him, and Wolverine had a problem with that, and it just set the tone for how Wolverine and Cyclops would be. Never got along, and I would always think back to, well, you did leave Beast and you did leave Morph, and they were able to get Beast back, but it just never worked out the same for Morph because of, you know, the trauma he went through. And I think the trauma was basically them writing the fact that, hey, we know this is not a comic accurate character, so we're not really just trying to force him on y'all. But people loved him. All right. And then, oh my goodness, I noticed Archangel. I don't know if y'all call him Angel. I always called him Archangel. We're seeing him on the X-Men. We're seeing Bishop on the X-Men. I don't know how I feel about that. I know for a fact I don't like seeing Bishop on the X-Men because y'all know Bishop is from the future. So I don't know how I like. It's almost like if you threw Cable on the X-Men. You know, yes, Cable. You know, Cable is an X-Men affiliate. All right. I think Bishop is actually an X-Men. I'm not really sure on that. I don't like when he talks. He's clearly speaking of the X-Men as a group from the past, so I don't know how he could be an X-Men. But like when you look at his costume, he has the X on it or whatever. I don't know. It's hard to explain Bishop, but I can understand him being an X-Men. He's always had a ton of respect for the X-Men. Cable, not so much. Cable only cares about the mission. The mission is to destroy Apocalypse. That's the only thing Cable cares about. He could care less about Charles Xavier. And Bishop does. Bishop actually respects Charles Xavier, so to put him on the X-Men makes sense. It just doesn't make sense in the timeline, so I'm gonna have to really work with this. I only watched 1 episode, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. The first episode was so exciting I couldn't watch no more. They fought Master Mode in the first episode. Y'all, X-Men versus Sentinels is always some of the best. Anyway, alright, so Jean Grey is pregnant. Wild. Alright, this is Jean Grey was the only voice actor that I noticed that was different. And to be honest, I never liked Jean. Yeah, I know y'all didn't like her either, so that's not for shock value. We never liked Jean. We never liked her. So that they changed her voice actress, it doesn't bother me at all. I was kind of disturbed that she called Gambit Remy. You know, I'm gonna be honest, after all the X-Men I watched as a kid, I never saw them interact once. I never heard her even talk to Gambit. the whole 5 seasons. So it's weird seeing her call Gambit by his real name. Nobody calls him Remy. Nobody. I'm gonna tell you this. This is why I have a problem with it. The only people that will call him Remy is when he run into his partners from New Orleans, like from the Thieves Guild. So it's weird seeing Gene, of all people, who he has no connection with, call him Remy. Rogue calls him Swamp Rat. Wolverine calls him Gumbo or Cajun. I'm not sure what they should call him, but it's just weird seeing her call him Remy. Alright, so I don't know. That was just my one. Yeah. Beast was the same, quoting poetry and literature. Same exact character. The little segment where Jubilee was dancing and doing her powers. Perfect. Literally perfect. I'm trying to think, was there anything I didn't like? Literally that basketball scene, if I'm not mistaken, they had that same exact basketball scene during the what's it called? The Dark Phoenix saga. When it started, you know, when they first got when they was fighting that alien in the subway, when they met the Morlocks. Like, they literally cut and paste that same basketball scene into X-Men 97. And then they changed, you know, they added Morph and changed him up a little bit. So, I mean, and he looks terrible. He looks like, I don't know, he look like Silver Surfer. Yeah, did y'all see that picture of Iceman? Oh my god, they look terrible. But whatever. I'm not gonna complain because, you know, you could always just do Iceman as a human. And then when he turns into the Iceman, where he, you know, he looks like the Silver Surfer. They could just have him look terrible, but they need to do Bobby Drake look a lot better than that alien thing that they did. I don't know what they was thinking about when they did that, but I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. Everybody looks a little off. Did y'all see Magneto? Magneto looks terrifying, and not in a good way. He doesn't even look. I mean, I digress. It looks good. The show looks good. I mean, literally, I'm finna give it a rating, y'all. This ain't even gonna shock y'all. This is not gonna shock y'all. The episode deserves a 10 out of 10. Perfect storyline. The episode was the perfect length, pause, and perfect villain. Like, wrapped it up real nice, put a bow on it. Like, literally just the perfect episode. I got nothing to say that I was like, because I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was sitting there waiting to critique this show because, you know, it's 2024. How do you drop an X-Men 97 in 2024? You do it like that. You do it like that, y'all. I mean, literally perfect. Thank you, Marvel. I just bought Disney Plus just for this. I didn't need Disney Plus before, but I have Disney Plus now. And if you're looking for Disney Plus, look, I'm not an affiliate. I don't even have any subscribers. I can look at my channel. I don't even have any subscribers, but I have Hulu. Yeah, I think Hulu was like $8, right? You pay $2 more, you get Disney Plus, y'all, a month. So that's what I did. It has ads in it. It's very terrible. It's torture. It's like, I don't, you know, whatever. I don't even want to go down this road. It's terrible, but you get Disney Plus. All right, and I think I might suffer through the Marvels. I wasn't interested in the Marvels at all, but I might suffer through it since I now have Disney Plus. So if y'all like talking about X-Men 97, X-Men in general, please subscribe. I'm gonna come back with more. That's just episode 1. Literally episode 1 was perfect. I'm gonna talk about this whole series because as a kid growing up, X-Men has always been my favorite. It's been other things that I liked in life, but nothing came close to how much I liked X-Men. Alright, y'all, appreciate the support, y'all. Peace.